motherfuckers! Alrighty, what is up, everybody? It is I, your tribal god of extreme, and one tipsy motherfucker too. It is I, Peter Joseph, here for the first video of 2025, right here on the Peter Joseph YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Joseph. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe right now to this channel and all my other channels down below in the description box, or my pants, or whatever it is down there. But it is what it is. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the fucking internet, like I said. And don't forget to hit that bell. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one, because if you miss anything in 2025, you're going to be stuck in 2024. And then you're going to get slapped in the face like, hey, it's 2025, asshole! So, please hit that bell throughout 2025 so you don't miss anything, because you will be SOL. You know what that means. If you don't know what it means, you're an idiot. Pretty much, and that's all I got to say about that. And if you're brand new here in 2025, if you're the first sub of 2025, God bless you. We love you all. But I tell everybody else to subscribe. And when you do subscribe, as we always say here on the channel and in the Prophecy and the Purge, welcome to the party, pal! We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax. You grab a cold one like this one, where I had too many. Don't tell the missus. But in any case, grab a cold one, or whatever you got in 2025, if it's still 2025 where you are. If you're on the West Coast, you got about an hour and a half left of 2024. But for everybody else on the Midwest to the East Coast, Happy New Year. Grab yourself a cold one and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You don't, go fuck yourself, and I hope you have a crappy 2025. And that's all I gotta say about that. You like it? Great. You don't? Fuck off. And do something on your dead channel that's not going to go anywhere. So, it is what it is. That's that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is 2025. January the 1st, 2025. Already an hour and 20 minutes in as officially this video. Whenever you watch this, will be 2024 maybe, but who knows. But Happy New Year to everybody, to all my faithful subs and all my friends that I have on YouTube that I made this year, and hopefully I'll make more next year. But we'll see what happens with that. Happy New Year to you all, to the Puerto Rican Princess Issa, and everybody else that are still with me. Not since day one, but some of them are still with me since day one. But for everybody else I've met along the way, Happy New Year, and I hope you have a great 2025 full of good times, and we'll see how everything goes in 2025, and I hope you have good luck, good health, and all that other good shit. But 2025 is going to be a very interesting year. And, we'll probably have the first death of 2025 coming up. I don't know when. Hopefully not too soon, but we'll see what happens with that. We got wrestling to talk about the rest of this week. We got Dynamite tomorrow, Fight for the Fallen, Ring of Honor TNA's first shows of 2025. By the way, New Japan is no longer on Access. Their contract ended tonight, so goodbye to New Japan. We were just watching on New Japan World. For you, you have to pay. For me, I get it for free. So, fuck you. So we got that, and then Friday night, unopposed, no Rampage, nothing. We got 3 hours of SmackDown, which should be a very good show. We'll talk about that later this week. And also, if you're gonna, after SmackDown, you take a little nap, get up about 2:30 in the morning, Eastern Time, and you get ready for New Japan Pro Wrestling's first pay-per-view of the year, as always, is January, the new year. Fresh pay-per-view schedule, and we start with probably one of the greatest pay-per-views of the year. It's not WrestleMania, but it's the WrestleMania of Japan, and it's Wrestle Kingdom. And we got the 19th year of Wrestle Kingdom. It's going to be epic, starting at 3 a.m. here in the States. So it's probably going to go to about 6, maybe 7 o'clock. So we're going to be up late this coming, late Friday night, early Saturday morning. And then we go back to sleep. We do whatever on Saturday, wherever we're going to do. And then get ready for the first Collision of the year from Charlotte, North Carolina. North Kakalaki. So we're in Flair Country on Saturday for Collision. Should be a great show there. And then right after Collision, an hour after Collision actually, at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, we got more New Japan Pro Wrestling, Wrestle Dynasty. We're going to have AEW, some Ring of Honor stars, Stardom. It's going to be insane. It's going to be epic Saturday, early Saturday morning, and then late Saturday night going into early Sunday on January the 5th. Should be January 6th in Japan. So we got that. And then even later that afternoon on January 6th in Japan, we got New Year's Dash. So 3 nights. Woo! 3 nights in Japan. It's already almost January 2nd right now, and getting close to January 2nd in Japan, so Happy New Year to everybody in Japan! #1 forever and ever! Okay. Terry, Happy New Year, dude. I was a hardcore legend in 2024 and beyond. Okay, we know, Terry. Calm down. Calm down up there. Calm down. You know, they're going crazy today. I know Mikey is taking his clothes off. It was just insane. It was just insane. Oh, here he comes now. Mike, put your fucking pants on! Oh, I'm sorry! Okay, thank you, now. Now, Mike Awesome, ladies and gentlemen, the man who should be in the Hall of Fame before The Miz. Mike, Happy New Year. You had a great time? I know you had your pants off the entire night, I heard. Yeah, I was having a great time, you know. All those fat chicks were, dancing up on my dick and everything, and it was great. Did you drink? I had a couple. Figures. Mike, people have been saying that, when I talk to you and, Jerome and Eddie and everybody, I talk to myself. You think my meds are not working? I'm on heavy medication and shit. I'm just doing parodies, I'm doing my great impressions that these dumb fucks wish they could do. Because I can't. Yeah, they can't do my impression anyway, because I suck. Yeah, they're pretty much on meth. They think I'm on drugs. They're on drugs too. I'm on prescription drugs. But these idiots are on wacko juice. Wacko drugs, and they've been, they be sipping that wacko juice that they drink all the time. But it is what it is. But we don't care about them anymore, Yeah, fuck them. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Mike. Fuck them. Fuck them all to hell. Because, pretty much day one, it's a new beginning. It's day one of 365, or 364, per se. But day one, hard reset, new beginnings, putting 2024 to bed, kicked it and shoved it right back down, where. Right down to hell. That's where it is. How's it going down there, Satan? Oh, Satan Almighty! Okay, how you doing there? Oh, 2024 is burning in hell! Okay. You having fun down there, right? Oh, we're having fun! Okay. You gotta have fun down there, too. Even up there, you're having fun up there, and you're having fun down there, too. And in between, we're having fun here, too. We're having fun. Happy New Year to everybody in the Midwest. Chicago, Illinois. I wonder what CM Punk was doing when the ball dropped. Certainly, his balls didn't drop when he's with AJ. Happy New Year, Phil. But it is it is what it is. But, you know, got a lot to look forward to in 2025. But let's look back a little bit of 2024, just for a little bit. I'm not going to go too long because it's late. It's late, I'm fucking tipsy, and, you know, she is too. But, you know what's going to happen next. We're going to sleep. Pretty much, we're going to sleep. She's, you know, she went nuts. But, you know, it is what it is. First official non-alcoholic drink of 2025, by the way. But we got more to do later, you know, going into 2025. We got a lot of time to get drunk, get laid, and do whatever. But hey, if you got laid at midnight, well, not midnight, I mean, you were counting down, man. I mean, God forbid you were having sex at 11:59 and 0 seconds, and you just at midnight. You're a lucky guy, or girl too. Who knows? But hey, if you got laid right before the New Year, good for you. And if you're getting laid after the New Year, good for you too. But just remember, be responsible. If you can't be responsible, then you have no pull-out game. Your pull-out game is shit, like William Uta. Because William Uta's the type of guy that when he got told to pull out, he pulled his car out. Because he doesn't know what pull-out game is, because he doesn't have one. Because he can't get a girl for shit. It is what it is, you know? Ever see that Nia Jax fucking thing? That video with Nia Jax? Somebody had a sign that says, Nia sucks. So she gets on the mic, I think it was at a house show. She goes, I suck and swallow. I was like, shit, Nia, whoa, easy. Then, and I was on my good buddy Joe Cronin. Happy birthday. Happy New Year, Joe. You great man, you. We were in the chat before the ball dropped and everything, and he was talking about the Nia Jax promo video and everything. So I go in the chat and I go, Nia Jax is so fat. How fat is she? Well, she's so fat that she ate William Uta whole. That's how fat she is. That's how skinny William Uta is. He's a fucking twig. No bone. Well, if you're Lola Vice, you can eat. Lola Vice, I heard. I don't know if it's Lola Vice or somebody else. I think it was Lola or Jada Parker. She gets a whole thing of chicken wings per se, or chicken, anything. Well, chicken, basically. She eats like the chicken off the bone. It's crazy. So imagine what she would do to William Uta. Eat him like skin him alive. No, she wouldn't even skin him alive. She'd probably throw him in a fiery pit, and then proceed to eat his burnt skin off the bone. It's crazy. That's what Jada Parker would do. It's crazy. Parker! But we got that. But anyway, like I said, let's look back at 2024. For some of us, it was a great year. And I hope you have a great 2025. It continues. But for some of us, wasn't so great. I mean, my 2024 wasn't the best. Kind of started off a little, on the upswing. And then kind of, rolling through the motions. Rolling through the motions of the year and everything. And, with work, got a promotion, thank you. So I had that, and, pretty much, rest of the year kind of went a little bit, a little smooth sailing, a little, springtime, around March, April, wasn't great, but I got through it, because, some stress and, some bullshit I had to deal with my job and, just my condition and everything, was, my anxiety, my depression was, off the wall this entire year. I mean, even before Thanksgiving came. It was, when it gets around Thanksgiving and New Year's and my birthday and everything, the holiday season, I'm not, don't bother talking to me because I'm a wreck. So, but I got through the holidays, pretty, even if I had, a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety and depression and, anger and shit, but, I got through it, with the help of my doctors and medication I'm on and everything, and with the Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ the Lord, you know, getting me through it and everything. And thank God this year is over for me because, like I said, it's been a real kind of shitty year. I mean, 2023 started off good, kind of ended really crappy. But I was hoping 2024 would be a better year. And pretty much, like I said, it was like up and down like my dick in your mom's ass. But all in all, I got through it. There was a couple of, the springtime was a little bit, shitty. Summertime was pretty decent. Went on a little excursions and, mini trips. And, I had a little weekend trip, in August, And then I had a big trip. I went away for a little bit. Where? You wish you knew. But, I had a good time. I had a good summer. And, right after Labor Day, it was okay. And then, after, right up to Labor Day, it was pretty good. And then, right after Labor Day, my whole world came down. Not physically for me. Well, kind of physically, mentally and physically, my world came crashing down. Right after, a few days after Labor Day, we all know the wrestling cat, Zuzu, who we all know and love. And no, I'm not a cat rapist. So if you think that, fuck you. It was a joke that was taken way out of proportion 2 years ago. So if you keep thinking that, it's slander now. So keep saying it, because it's gonna bite you in the ass one day. Trust me on that. But in any case, I had Zuzu for about 11 years, and she had a really up and down year, and right around the springtime, the summertime, she was on the medication. She was on medication. She had a hypothyroid, like my other cat Cookie had back in 2019, and slowly but surely he got worse and worse and worse. We tried to take him to the vet. The vet bills are very expensive, so couldn't do much there. And then just one day, just kicked the bucket. And we were very sad and everything, and, blah, 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 blah. So, but, Zuzu's pretty much the last couple of years for Zuzu was, was pretty rough, She had her good days, in 2023, she was really energetic, and you saw most of my videos with her, and, even up to this year, all the way up until pretty much, I think, around Labor Day. She was very, she was happy. Me and her, playing around and shit. But I noticed in the summertime she wasn't getting any better. She was kind of starting to not eat as much as she used to, and she was sleeping a lot. But I gave her a lot of water. She was drinking a lot of more water. Not so much eating so much, so I had to watch her, and, just trying to take her to the vet to get a fucking blood test was like $300. I'm like, that was a pain in the ass. I did that, and, but, the doctor saying, her hypothyroid is, her levels were just sky high. We were trying to use different medications to kind of calm her down and everything. But, sadly, sadly, right after Labor Day, right the day before she eventually passed, and we had to put her down. She was sleeping all day. I gave her food in the morning, and she wasn't eating it. So I just thought she was either full, maybe she was constipated, maybe she was a little bit sick. That's what cats do. So when she would go to in her litter box, I had to check it just to make sure everything's okay, and it seemed okay. But she'd be sleeping, or around. She would be sleeping like right here, or sometimes on the bed. She'd be like roaming around. You would hear her sometimes, but because she was like, I want to eat, and I have to sometimes, I'm doing a video. I'm like, hey, let me finish my video. We're gonna eat, okay? Pick her up. It's like, playing around with her. Then a little go. It's like, all right, I'll feed you, give you a treat when I finish. Blah blah blah. But I woke up the next day because I knew something was wrong. So I was hoping, it would just, she would just start feeling better the next day. Maybe it was just a cold or a virus or something like that. Because cats kind of get that. But anyway, I woke up the next day, and usually I would hear Zuzu meow like, "Hey, feed me!" It's like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning. Feed me already, So I'm like, all right, after some nudging and shit, I'm like, I would get up, give her her food and her medication, leave her be, and then either go back to bed or do whatever I got to do, blah blah blah, and then she would maybe come up and lay on my, if I'm laying on the couch or the bed, she would come up and be next to me, be on my stomach or be on my side. And that was always nice. Same thing, when she would do it to Rosa and everything, too. But I woke up that day, and I tried to give her some food. I tried to give her anything I could. I gave her a little wet food, a little dry food. I actually tried to give her some cheese, because she likes to eat some cheese, even though it's not great to give cats some cheese sometimes, but, it is what it is. So I tried to give her a little thing. She was barely eating it. And then she would just pretty much be sleeping right under my bed. So I like that whole day I was like checking on her in between, and her face just like looked like it was I knew it was coming. I knew the day was gonna come that I would have to put her down because she wasn't getting any better at all. So I went through the day, blah blah blah, and then I was talking to Rosa, then I was talking to my parents, and I'm going back and forth. Like, I don't want to kill her. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I want to see what happens. If I can get her through the night, it should be okay. I kind of got a little worried that I would fall asleep, and then I wake up, she's dead. But eventually, like around 9, 10 o'clock, I was like, she's, yeah, because I noticed her breathing pattern, and it wasn't looking good, so I was like, alright, so I talked to Rosa, I called my parents, it's like, hey, we gotta take her to the emergency vet. I think we have to put her down, because she's not getting any better. I don't think she can survive the night. So I took her to the emergency vet. Next thing you know, the vet, I'm crying hysterically, because, losing a pet isn't fun. It's like losing a family member. But I took her to the emergency vet, and vet told me she had a lot of stuff in her body, and she also had the hypothyroid. Just forget it. It was off the charts. She had some stuff in her. She had fluid in her body, and she also had cancer. I didn't know cats can get cancer, so I was like, shit. So I was like, oh man. So basically, said they did what they could, and then waited a little while, came back in the room, and the doctor said, well, we can't really do anything. She's like, I don't think she's gonna survive the night. You're gonna make this decision now. It's like you don't put her down now, she's probably not gonna survive the night. So I'm crying up a storm, and then I'm talking it over with Rose and my parents, and like, I think you should just call the plug. And I was like, let's just do it. Let's just do it. So I told the doctor to pull the plug, and just like put her down, and then so before they actually did what they had to do, took her into her room, said her last goodbyes. I'm crying and up a storm, and then pretty much that was it. Rose is crying, and my parents are crying. So after that, came home. I went right to bed. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to talk to Rosa. I didn't want to talk to anybody. So I just went in my bed, cried myself to sleep, and then I get up the next day, and it sucks being not having my cats roam around, and you would hear them hear them. Sometimes you would hear them screaming. I did tape them one time way back in the day, like 2013-14. I taped them. I wish I had. I don't know if I have the video anymore, but I think Rosa still has it. Maybe if I find it again, I'll upload it to my channel. And I'm doing like Jim Ross and Joey Styles shit, commentating them play fighting. It was fun, way back in the day, but so that kind of brought my spirits down, and I was really, really, really down in the dumps. And then, pretty much from then through the rest of the year, I was like really depressed, really, I was like shit. I was like, Lord, just get me through the year, and then when 2025 hits, it's gonna be a hard reset. All the bullshit from 2024 is gonna go away, and then we're gonna start fresh, new beginnings, just move on from all the bullshit that happened in 2024. So we had that. I'm keeping a little bit some things private, but I want to be real going into 2025 with you people. So I'm not gonna go into much of my personal life from going into 2025. I'm gonna keep everything quiet. But 2024 was a really up and down year for me, physically and mentally, and it got so bad I got the virus, which it was like, oh, you got the virus, yay, he's not dead yet. But yeah, I got the virus. I was out for 2 weeks. It was just insane. And it just came on. I don't know how I got it, first of all. I just I woke up. I had this cough. I just thought it was a cough. Nothing, maybe my allergies were acting up. But that cough led to not puking, but the cough wasn't going away, and I started having a little bit of a fever. So I was checking my temperature pretty much every day, and it was pretty much around between 97 and 99. There was like one day I think it got to 100, but then I took some Tylenol, some Excedrin, and then waited a few hours. Then it went back down to about 99. So, but I still had the cough, which was killing me. So I was like, all right, let me see. God forbid God forbid, because every time I went to get tested, it was negative. But the one time I go to urgent care to get tested, what happens? Mr. Peter, you have COVID. I'm like, fuck! Like, every time, for since the pandemic started, I pretty much tested negative. It was insane. The doctor, the doctor, did the swab in my nose. Next thing you know, it says you have, you tested positive. I'm like, shit. So, had to quarantine for about 5 days, really a week, really. So I did that, but I was still feeling like shit. I started feeling a little bit better after, getting towards the end of the quarantine period. So I was like, alright, I started feeling better. So after that quarantine period, I went back to get retested, because that's what you kind of have to do. So I went to get retested, Next thing you know, I still had COVID. I'm like, what the fuck? So I had to spend more time at home and away from my friends and family. I'm like, shit. So basically, I did 10 days of quarantine, almost 2 weeks of quarantine. It was lame and boring. I still could do my job because I can work at home, but I couldn't really go out anywhere. Except, I could go out to my doctor appointments, but I had to wear a stupid fucking mask. Which is stupid. And I really couldn't eat what I usually eat, so I had to, have soup and pudding and, not pudding, Jell-O, and it was just, ugh. And I had to check my temperature every couple hours. Temperature was still around 97, 99, but it was fine. It was normal, so I was like, okay. So did the quarantine, and then I had an at-home test. I was like, and I didn't know how to do it, but thankfully Rosa helped me with that shit. So did the at-home test, swab my nose again for a third time, and I was praying to the Lord. I still didn't have it. So I did the thing, waited a little bit, and then when it was basically done, I waited like 30 minutes, I think it was, like we had to wait, blah, blah, blah. But after that time, I looked at the freaking sting, and thankfully, I was free of the fucking virus, and I can go back to what I like doing, that's hanging out with my friends and going out. But, that was pretty much it. But, so, that sucked. But, I had a couple of, bouts of, not the flu, thank God, or RSV. But, I've had a couple of days when I had basically I couldn't really go out because I was, like, so messed up with my, my stomach hurting and I had my back, my knee, which has been killing me pretty much all year. But, trying to get myself into better health going into this year, mentally and physically, trying to get myself into better health, and then we'll see what happens with that, and hopefully by the spring, the summertime, I'll be back to what I feel will be 100%. But right now, it's like 65%. My back is like, my upper back and my middle back are killing me. My lower back, thankfully, which was killing me most of this year, is now kind of subsided. It's just now my middle of my back and my upper back is starting to spasm and hurt a lot when I wake up, when I go to sleep. So, but it's insane. It's insane. This whole year was insane, but I got through it. Did a lot of things this year. Went to a few concerts, which you've seen on my Metal God channel. Did some other things, and I got a whole lot more coming in next year. Going to see we're going to a lot of concerts. Going to see Disturbed in March. Can't wait for that. Some festivals during the summer. See what's coming around. There's a lot of new music coming out. Killswitch Engage got a new album coming out, surprisingly. Disturbed, I believe they've been talking about a new record, which I can't wait for that. Who else is coming out with a new record? I think Testament's coming out with a new record. There is talk of an In This Moment record. Who knows, but, they finished God Mode, their God Mode 2 tour. I don't know if they're going overseas. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. I know New Year's Day is going to be going overseas with Conquer Divide. That's a band I really got into late 2023 into 2024. And, great people. Just great people. Two of the members actually, they don't talk to me a lot, but, on Instagram, once in a while, they'll message me. Ash Costello, my sweetheart, every so often would hit me up in a DM, Tommy's like, hey, buy my merchandise. It's like, hey, if I had them, can't buy everything, It's like, I have bills to pay, But she's such a sweetheart, That their new album came out, Half Black Heart, which is amazing. Like I said, In This Moment just went berserk this year with, God Mode came out last year. Their 8th record. They're pretty much done for the year, and we'll see what happens as this new year starts. I don't know if they're going to be going back on tour, kind of do more with God Mode. I mean, usually in This Moment lore, they do like a 2, maybe 2.5 year tour of the same fucking album. Kind of supporting the album with the normal hits that they usually do, and then after that, they take a little time off. Some time off to start writing and recording, and it takes a little time to record. It takes about maybe a few months to a year. Then the singles will start coming out, the videos will start coming out, and then pretty much before you blink, the new album's coming out. But I think 2025 they're gonna start writing and maybe recording. Maybe we'll get some new stuff in 2025 with the mighty In This Moment. And hopefully by maybe the summer or by the end of 2025, we'll get some type of masterpiece from them. Their 9th album. I mean, they've been around for this is their 20th year. Because they formed in 2005. Their first album came out in 2006, early 2007. Before they were a MySpace band, we all remember that. MySpace, Kenny! MySpace, are you kidding me? Like all the other bands that came from MySpace, back in the day. There's a couple of bands I know. There's a few friends I know actually. Actually, there are a couple of friends I know that formed on MySpace, and I know some of them personally. But and I help them out with their recording and stuff. And I did some of their recording and some of their photo shoots, and I not this year, but a couple years ago, I actually directed one of their videos. Well, co-directed. But good song too. Not gonna tell you which one. But in any case, did that. That made me feel good. But this year I did mostly I was doing photography and audio. So I did that. Most of it you saw on my Metal Guy channel, but got more to come next year too. Don't worry about that. But yeah, In This Moment, it's been around for 20 fucking years. It's insane. And in 20 years, 9 albums. They should have had more, but Well, technically, if you want to count the Greatest Hits album as an album, then that would be 9. And then, you want to count deluxe editions, and that'll be more than 10. Because I know that the 3rd album, they had, different versions of A Star Crossed Wasteland. They had a bonus version with a DVD, a double CD, DVD set, which I have, signed, by the way. Rosa has one, too. We have 2 versions of Blood. The original version, and then Blood at the Orpheum, or, what came with the deluxe edition of Blood. Which came with Blood, the CD, and Blood at the Orpheum. Have that. There's 2 versions of their second album, The Dream, and then, the Ultraviolet edition, which came with a DVD of their acoustic show. We had a really bad acoustic show. I almost fucked up way back in the day, but they've forgiven me for that shit. Had that, then the Greatest Hits album came out. I think they might be coming up with a second one. When? Don't know. I like for Volume 2 to come out, because that can go from Ritual up to God Mode. Because the first, Volume 1 was basically from Beautiful Tragedy all the way up to Blood, but didn't have many songs from Blood. It had Blood. I think it had Adrenalize Me. It had Scarlet, which I didn't even think was going to be on the Greatest Hits album. Because really, Scarlet is an underrated song on that album. Like Comanche is, and Blood Legion, and you Gonna Listen, which had a certain guy named Jake E. Lee on that track. Second time that In This Moment had an Ozzy Osbourne, former Ozzy Osbourne guitarist. Jake E. Lee was not the first one. He was the second one. Who was the first, mind you? Let me think. Oh, that's right, Gus G. For the song called The Road. Great song. That's an underrated song that should have been a hit. It should have been not even a hit, but it should have been a single. It should have been a video. That would have been a great video. And another song that could have been a single and a video, The Last Cowboy. That's a banger. If you haven't heard that song, whew, you are missing out on real music. Not this bullshit that, comes out. I like my own music. I mean, if you like certain people and certain rappers and certain, people from different countries that, think they're great. Oh, 43 million hits, great! Oh, who cares? I mean, good for you. You listen to that. I mean, And then they do really bad versions of War Pigs. That's another story for another time. If you can butcher a Black Sabbath classic and try to mix it with Rage Against the Machine, huh? Not even good Rage Against the Machine, They can do what they told you. That song. Mixing that with War Pigs and Paranoid, I'm like, oh, come on. And the guitars in that fucking video are so bad. It's so way out of tune. Not even in standard or even when Tony Iommi sound. I'm like, it just sounds like you just picked up a guitar, plugged it in, started strumming. Like you couldn't even play your fucking guitar. I'm like, yeah. I mean, there's so many versions, so many covers of War Pigs and, Ozzy classics and Sabbath classics. Some are good, some are bad, some are really bad. I mean, T-Pain. I love T-Pain, even though he's an auto-tune wizard. I mean, he did War Pigs with auto-tune, mind you, and it sounded fabulous. Ozzy loved it, by the way. And then he did, no, it was him? Did he do? No, it was, Little John, yay! He used Crazy Train in one of his songs. Let's go, if you want it, you can get it, let me know. That song, that's a banger. Ozzy loved that. Ozzy's actually on the track, but you don't really hear him. Well, you hear him go, aye, That's good. That's a cover. Not even a cover, but it was a sample. But when T-Pain did War Pigs with the auto-tune, I was like, holy shit, I didn't even know he could sing like that. We all know he can sing/rap. When he did Flow Riders, not Get Low, but Low. Low. That was good. That's good. I like T-Pain. T-Pain's cool. He's an auto-tune wizard, which I particularly don't like. I like to hear what he actually sounds like, not using an auto-tune. Britney Spears, Bieber, but But I like what I like, and if you don't like it, well, tough shit. To each their own. I like In This Moment. I don't like Bieber. Bieber's the Antichrist. I don't care if he has like 1 billion fucking views on a video. I don't give a fuck. Now, In This Moment will never hit that. So what if they don't hit that? Big fucking deal. So what? They don't sell more records. They don't have more records than Bieber or Celine Dion or Ariana Grande, or people like that. But they still rock. They still sell out every single show they headline. Every show is a sellout. I know Bieber sells out a lot, but who cares? Taylor Swift, the same fucking shit. I don't care. I really don't give two fucks about Taylor Swift. I don't care. I don't care about Bieber, but there's some pop acts that I like Ariana Grande. I love Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj. I like that kind of music. I like to hear, some, I like to hear Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B singing wet ass pussy and bongos and shit like that. But I can't stand the mumble rap shit like Kendrick Lamar. I cannot stand him. I think he sucks. If you like him, great, good for you. I know Issa likes him, but that's Issa, so I'm not gonna argue with her. But I just can't stand his music. I'm sorry. I have my own taste. If you can't understand that, you can't just let shit go, then you can't win a debate with me. So it's no point. No point debating people that have really lame fucking opinions about the music business. Because you're not in it like I am. I know way more than you. What's good and what's not good. So, but like I said, if you like it in this moment, great. You don't like it in this moment, I don't give a shit. But don't slander the band and say, oh, Maria Brink's a slut, this and that. That's just, to me, basically, that shows you don't listen to the music. You just watch the videos and see Maria, in the early days, in her baby doll outfit, her titties popping out, and then nowadays she looks like a fucking witch. Because she's a pagan! But she still believes in God, talks to him every day, Like I do. What do you mean I don't believe in God? Talk to him every day. Right, Dave? Hello, me! Meet the real me! And my misfit's way of life! I keep talking to myself. Okay. And I'm not talking to myself when I'm doing a Dave Mustaine impression. Because you can't do it either, so kiss my ass. But, like I said, I like my music. I love the 80s. I love the 80s. I can't get enough of the 80s. The 80s metal scene, the thrash metal with Metallica and Megadeth, Exodus, Anthrax, Testament, the Bay Area bands and shit like that. Slayer, fucking Slayer! I love all that 80s shit. Rat, Def Leppard, Bon Jovi, Tears for Fears, yeah, I like Tears for Fears, sue me. No, actually don't. Tears for Fears, Duran Duran. Can't get enough of Duran Duran. Def Leppard, I seen them on tour. A couple years ago, I actually went to see Def Leppard and Journey at the Garden. Epic. David Gilmour, formerly of Pink Floyd, came out with a new album this year called Luck and Strange. Saw him last month at the Garden. Not once, but twice. Epic concerts at the Garden. His album is amazing. Luck and Strange, pick it up right now, or download it on Spotify. Great shit. If you like, the old school Pink Floyd sound and David Gilmour's solo stuff was just amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. From the early 80s up to now. Doesn't have many solo albums, though. But the last couple of solo albums he's had have been pretty damn good. Rattle That Lock was good back in 2016. Luck and Strange is great. Then he had some, live albums with, he had some live albums, and, kind of after, The Endless River, which was Pink Floyd's last album ever, which was basically instrumentals from one song that they actually, they had some lyrics on, but that was it. But, love Pink Floyd. Ozzy, just amazing. Who doesn't love Ozzy? If you don't love Ozzy, there's something wrong with you. Ozzy, love Ozzy. Slipknot, amazing stuff this year. With the new album. Motionless in White, new album came out. Disturbed, like I said. Who else? I started getting into Conquer Divide, like I said, last year into this year, mostly. They're gonna be coming out with a new record, I hope. I don't know what, what they're gonna do, because, you know, Janelle, who is the bass player slash screamer, is out in the band. She has a new band called Velcara coming out next year. Their new album's coming out. Can't wait for that, to hear that. But I think Conquer Divide is gonna continue on and do another record, hopefully. We'll see. Those lovely ladies. Escape the Fate, new stuff was great. Can't wait for that. I got into a new band called Sixth Sense. Trying to find out how to spell that. Their new album's coming out February the 14th. How fitting, Valentine's Day. And a metal album comes out. You don't really see that, but amazing stuff. Their first album was great, and now they have an actual full-length album, which I think well, it's not their first major release on on their label, but whatever. But that's gonna come out. It's gonna be great. I've been supporting them, you know, with their singles and their shorts and here and there, behind the scenes stuff. Great stuff. So check them out. Black Label Society, you know, Zach Wade. You know, they came out with a new album. Zach Sabbath's on tour right now. I think they were coming to New York soon. They were in Brooklyn, actually. I don't know when that was. I think it was soon. I forget what it was. But anyway, they're gonna be on tour next year. Can't wait for that. I don't know if they're gonna be a new Black Label Society album. Ozzy's pretty much done. You know, he's kind of retired. So I don't know if they're gonna. I don't think Ozzy's ever gonna put out anything new. Maybe some greatest hits stuff. Maybe another box set. Who knows? I mean, he's had so many box sets. It's insane. But, you know, Poison is supposed to come out, do a tour next year. But it's gonna, you know, basically the same thing you see on any nostalgic tour or 80s tour. Is the same fucking shit. You know, so Poison, I heard, was supposed to do a tour 2025 with their greatest hits. There was talk about a new album. Who knows what that, with Bret Michaels and company. But Def Leppard was on tour this year. Their stadium tour with I think it was with Styx. I think it was with Styx and I think Motley Crue. I think it was Def Leppard, Motley Crue, and Styx this year. I could be wrong, but that was fun. Def Leppard's new album was pretty. Diamond Star Halo was pretty good. I think it came out last year though. But you know, Tears for Fears came out with a new album a couple months ago. It sounds amazing. So all the 80s bands that I know, I grew up on, some of them are gone. You know, Metallica came out with a new album called 72 Seasons, touring like crazy, as always. Yeah! You know. Megadeth came out with I think it's coming out with a new album, or they have a new album, had a new album out. They've been touring, you know. Like I said, Testament's coming out with a new album next year. Killswitch Engage next year. Korn's coming out with a new album next year. Oh, wait for that one. That's gonna be epic. There's a lot. Actually, let me see if I have some time. I think I have a little time left because I am tired. My head's spinning like crazy. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Okay. We move on from there. Speaking of, you spin me around. You can't see it. Rock Tour. Saw them earlier this year. Sing that song. It's a cover band, but good stuff. Good stuff. I like going to the the showcase shows. Mostly they're some tribute bands and some cover bands, But I do go to the the higher the main bands like Metallica and Def Leppard and Motley Crue, stuff like that. Mr. Manson came out with a new album. It's a part 1 album. His album is amazing, Mr. Manson. If you haven't picked it up, please pick it up, or Mr. Manson will come and eat your soul. But I forgot Mr. Manson's new album came out. Amazing, good shit. I don't think anything else of note came out this year in the metal realm. Besides, I think Slipknot did some good stuff. think Ice Nine Kills came out with some new stuff. I Prevail and Poppy. Oh, that fucking song. Suffocate scared a lot of people, especially on the Jimmy Kimmel show, and they got letters. Why did you put that on there? It's about suicide! Not about suicide, you fucking morons. We're gonna start this shit again. Remember back in the 80s? With that PMRC bullshit with the stupid stickers on the album? Was he dumb fucks like Tipper fucking Gore? Saying, oh, these, the Dirty Dozen list. They fucking put a Def Leppard song on there? I'm like, what? Def Leppard on the PMRC Dirty Dozen? I can see, like, oh, Wasp, fuck like an animal. I mean, what's it called? Animal, fuck like a beast, or whatever it's called. Yeah, I can see that being on the Dirty Dozen. They put, Twisted Sister, on there. Some other bands are like so obscure. Like, why would they be on there? And Dee Snider going up on Congress and talking to fucking Al Gore and his fucking wife Tipper Gore and all the other idiots on the PMRC because these are nasty songs. They degrade women and shit. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Not about fucking women. It's all about the fucking music, okay? If it was so bad, why didn't you, in the 90s when gangster rap was coming out, why didn't you have all the rappers come up to fucking Washington, D.C. and talk like that? It's like, oh, we can't talk about hoes and bitches and, cop killer, stuff like that. Ice-T would come out. It's like, oh, it's not about, NWA, talk about, what attitude, Straight out of Compton, motherfucking named Ice Cube. It's all about the music. It's not about, some of the messages, yeah, I understand some of that, but, some songs, they deal with suicide because that's a big topic in music. And, not about killing yourself, it's about dealing with depression and not trying to kill yourself. Papa Roach came out with a song called Leave a Light On. Probably one of the greatest songs about dealing with depression and dealing with people that have killed themselves and stuff like that. It's not about killing yourself. Like Ozzy had that back in the 80s with Suicide Solution. Everybody thought it was about suicide, and Ozzy had to come out and say, no, it's not about suicide, it's about drinking yourself to death. Judas Priest had to go, almost, their whole fucking career almost ended because some dick, I forgot I got the name of the song. This thing goes, do it, and then someone like, do it, boom, killed himself, and Judas Priest had to go, Rob Halford, a great man that he is, had to go to court, because the family of the guy that killed himself was saying, oh, they were listening to heavy metal, and there was like subliminal messages in the music, and, talking about the Satan and everything, like, shut up. Thankfully, that case got thrown out, and Judas Priest, was exonerated. They were talking about Manson back in the day with, with the BS that he was doing back in the day. People were killing themselves because they listened to Manson. And then Manson's not going up to court and trying to end up defending himself, saying, it's not about, my music is not meant to, it's meant to, be listened to, not be a mechanism for somebody to blow somebody's brains out and shit. I mean, come on now. But, let me see, metal albums, 2025. Let me see if I have the list of albums that are coming out. Oh, actually I do. Thank you, Loudwire. Alright, so while that's loading and shit. I did not want to do that. I'm sorry. I don't know how that came out. Oh, that's why I had okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, alright, so this is the list of albums that are coming out next year, if I can find it. Let me see if anybody, Anybody in January? Okay. Alright. I'm gonna run down. I'm not gonna run down the list. Let's see if anybody good that you would love to hear. Let me see. Let's go through January. Mark Tremonti of his band Tremonti, and we all know Creed. Creed came back with their reunion tour. I saw them in November, right after Thanksgiving, at the Garden. Amazing show. Tremonti's coming out with an album called The End Will Show Us How. That's coming up in a couple weeks, actually. What date is that? January 10th, which is next Friday. So pick that up if you want. You like Mark Tremonti, and you like Creed, and you like Alter Bridge. See anything else coming up in January? I know there's a lot of albums coming out. I'm gonna have to go. I'm not gonna go through all this. Wasp is actually coming out with an album. Well, it's not an album; it's a box set. The Seven Savages, 84 to 92. So if you love Wasp, you want to get their early stuff. Hey, go get that box set. That's coming out January 17th. I think some like Korn's coming out like later. Killswitch Engage. I don't take it a lot of time. I'm sorry. Pentagram's coming out with a new album. If you ever heard of Pentagram, good stuff. Let's go to February. Some of these bands. I mean, if you look on Loudwire, or if you go to Google, type in 2025 hard rock and metal albums. The entire list is there, so I don't have to go through everything. Ginger's new album is coming out called Duel, February the 7th. If you don't know who Ginger is, look them up. They kick ass. Lacuna Coil's new album called Sleepless Empire, coming out February the 14th. Same freaking date as Sixth Sense new album. I forgot the name of that album, but their album's coming out. Actually, it's called Cross Me Twice. Good stuff. The first couple singles are out. Is great. Raven, not the Raven. Like quote the Raven nevermore. From ECW. Raven, the band's coming out with a song, an EP called "Can't Take Away the Fire." Fire. Got that. Mantar, not that Mantar from wrestling. Mantar, the band's coming out with an album called Post-Apocalyptic Depression. Nice name. But I can't wait for that Lacuna Coil album to come out. I've heard some of it. Woo! Good shit. But mark your dates. If you love Killswitch Engage, the Howard Jones version, or the Jesse version, good shit. But their new album called The Disconsequence is coming out February the 21st. Can't wait for that. I can't wait. I haven't heard much of it, much Killswitch Engage in the last couple years. But I like the original singer Jesse. But you can't go wrong with Howard Jones. The couple years that he was with Killswitch, the End of Heartache, the reissue with Howard Jones singing all the tracks, that was great. And then the follow-up album with Mike Hurst on it, amazing shit. And then Jesse came back because Howard Jones is doing his own thing. He's got a solo album coming out. He's working on. Can't wait for that. So, but yeah, February 21st, Killswitch Engage's new album called Disconsequence coming out. Can't wait for that. I might do some of these albums are coming out that I mentioned. Really, Killswitch, Lacuna Coil's new album. I might do reviews on, but we'll see what happens with that. Vision of Disorder, which used to be on Roadrunner. Their new album, Vision of Disorder / Imprint, which is a re-release that's coming out at the end of the month, end of February. Spirit Box new album is coming out called Tsunami Sea in March. I'm like I said, I'm not going through all the albums of the year, but some of some of the main bands albums that are coming out. I think you should all pick up. Arch Enemy's new album, March the 28th, called Blood Dynasty. The video's out already. It sounds amazing. And, of course, Alyssa, looking amazingly hot. For those people that remember Lloydie, I think we all remember that. The Gwar Wannabes, I called them back in the day when I first saw them in 2007 at Ozfest. When their first album came out. They have a new album coming out called Limited Deadition. Go figure that one out. They're on a new label called Reigning Phoenix. I don't know if that's their album. I've never heard of the freaking record label. We're gonna end up shop. I know I'm going over an hour right now, but you know it's my first video of the year. I can do whatever I want. So got that. I think that's it. Because I don't see anything through that, but I know Korn's coming out, but I don't know what date. I think it's sometime in the, later in the year. Unless I missed it. But, no, I think it's coming out later in the year. Korn's new stuff, Testament's new album. Because it's only, the list that I got from Loudwire right now is only up till May. Unless it's, you know, all the way at the end of the fucking page. As usual, but sometimes it doesn't load. That's what she said. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think that's the up until May, so. But, yeah. Killswitch Engage, Lacuna Coil, Arch Enemy, you know, eventually Korn's new album's coming out in the summertime, maybe, with a tour, obviously. And Killswitch Engage, like I said. So, those albums are coming out. I can't wait for that. I will do some type of, review of that. I'm not gonna play the music, because I really don't want to get... don't want to get copyrighted, even though it's a copyright claim, but... Which, some of them I can get rid of, it's easy, but... You want to know? You're going to pay me for that. But, you know. But, like I said, it is what it is. But, in all, I can't wait for 2025. It's going to be a great year for metal. I'm going to go to some tours. Probably in the springtime. Mostly the summer. But, we'll see what happens with that. And, you know, wrestling-wise, we got a lot of stuff to talk about during the year with, the Royal Rumble coming up in about a month from now, February the 1st, and then February 2nd, we got NXT Vengeance Day, when is that, I think it's March the 1st, we got the Elimination Chamber, and then the week after that, we got AEW's first pay-per-view of the year, which is Revolution, TNA's first pay-per-view is coming up in a couple weeks, that's January the 19th, and that's Genesis, GCW, at the Hammerstein, the same fucking night. What are you gonna watch? And then TNA's coming to New York in July for, I believe, Slammiversary. That's gonna be good at the Nassau Mausoleum. I assume AEW's gonna be doing some stuff here in New York, whether it be at the Nassau Mausoleum. Maybe they come back to the Hammerstein. I hope they do. For maybe we get Supercard of Honor. Well, not Supercard, but. We can't do Supercard because that's in April, and that's gonna be in Vegas. You know, maybe somewhere around the summertime, Ring of Honor would do another pay-per-view. Oh yeah, maybe Death Before Dishonor might be in New York. I would love for Death Before Dishonor to be at the Hammerstein, but. I would assume that Tony Khan and company, with what happened last weekend, well, right before Christmas, with that whole weekend of shows, Final Battle, Collision, Dynamite Taping, Final Rampage, they sold out every fucking show. Friday, Saturday, Sunday were all sold out. Tony Khan sees money, and the Hammerstein is a perfect place to have Ring of Honor and AEW going into 2025. Maybe we'll have multiple shows at the Hammerstein. Maybe it'll be a permanent home. I wish, but that's up to the Hammerstein, of course. But yeah, I do see them coming back for maybe they do a pay-per-view for Ring of Honor. Maybe be Death Before Dishonor. Hopefully, Final Battle comes around by the time we hit this time next year. No, not this time. By Christmas time next year, we'll be back at the Hammerstein. Collision will be back. I heard Tony Schiavone says it would be great to do a yearly show. So do Collision on 34th Street, Dynamite on 34th Street again. Maybe Shockwave will be around by that time. They'll do Shockwave in New York City. Ring of Honor taping as well. And then Final Battle, of course. We'll see. As far as the main show goes, like Dynamite and Collision, probably be at the USB Arena. They'll do, the yearly Grand Slam at Arthur Ashe Hall Stadium in probably September. Because we got one in February in Australia, mate. That should be fun. We got All In Texas in July. Forbidden Door in August. That's going to be in London. So, replacing All In, which usually is in around the end of August. I believe All Out will be in Chicago, but I think that's September the 1st because September the 2nd, I believe, this year is Labor Day. No, September the 1st is Labor Day, so I think All Out in Chicago will be August the 31st, most likely. I'm not sure about that, but we'll see. WWE's going to keep going with their pay-per-views. WrestleMania 41 in Vegas. Easter weekend. I don't know why they do it Easter weekend. Dumb. But I would have done it a week earlier if that was just me, but that's the way it is. But, we got that. We got TNA pay-per-views coming up. Should be a great year for TNA, even though they got a new roster. Like, Josh Alexander's probably going to WWE. Jordan Grace will be at the Royal Rumble. I mean, some other stars might be coming to WWE or AEW. We know Mike Bailey's going to AEW and probably get misused. Who knows? Don't know what's happening with Ricky Starks. If he's coming back to AEW or he's going to be shipped out. Not Pentagon. Pentagon's going to be debuting this Monday night. That's going to be epic. And then when WrestleMania comes around and Stand and Deliver, we got the call-ups after the Raw after Mania. We don't know what happens there. Call-ups, returns, stuff like that. I could probably see people like Trick Willie, Roxanne Perez coming to the main roster. Maybe Lash Legend and Shakara Jackson come to the main roster. Maybe the rest of Metaphor, Ora Menza and Noam Dar come to the main roster, go on SmackDown. I wouldn't put him on Raw. I would put Trick Willie on SmackDown. Maybe he can relive his little thing with Mello. Not his feud. I don't think they're going to get back together. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But we got that. Hopefully Roman will get the belt back. That's remain to be seen. As long as Cody doesn't have the belt after WrestleMania, I'm fine with that. But WrestleMania is going to be pretty damn exciting. They're thinking about Cena and Cody for the Undisputed title. As long as Cody wins, I don't want to see Cena with a belt at all and break the record for Flair. Because, Flair's going to be pissed. And everybody else will be pissed. But, we got that. Don't know what's going to happen with Walter. If he loses the belt to Punk or Seth Rollins. And then we'll see Seth Rollins and Punk 2 Electric Boogaloo at Mania. But they're thinking Punk versus Roman. Which I have a good feeling that Punk is probably going to beat Roman thanks to Paul E. the wise man Paul Heyman. I hope not, but we'll see what happens as we get to the Royal Rumble and the Chamber. As far as the women go, I'm hoping Mommy Rhea Ripley wins this Monday night. That feud has to end. The Liv Morgan Mommy feud was just terrible in my eyes. I think it was terrible. It went on way too long. So I'm hoping Monday is the final chapter and Mommy wins. If she doesn't win, then that means that definitely puts Io in line to win the Royal Rumble. But I think it's between Io and Charlotte Flair coming. Who's going to be returning? Maybe Asuka is a long shot. Becky's coming back on Monday. She can. She already won the Royal Rumble. I don't want her to win again. Doubtful she wins the Chamber. So as far as the women go, I could probably see after Mania. I could probably see Tiffy Tiff winning that, but then again, Charlotte might ruin those plans. But we'll see. Because I think they're kind of leaning to Charlotte and Tiffy Tiff for the belt. So Charlotte will get number 15. We'll see. And then on the SmackDown side, I mean, if Tiffy Tiff cashes in on Nia, and then Charlotte wins the Royal Rumble, faces Tiffy Tiff by then, we'll see. But on the Raw side, if Liv beats Mommy, I don't know who beats Liv then. I'm hoping it's Io, even though we saw that at Saturday Night's main event. I don't know. I mean, we could see the return of Miss Bliss, Alexa Bliss. I think that's a good possibility. We see Alexa Bliss returning. Maybe some newbies will be coming in. Maybe somebody like Ricky Starks, Josh Alexander is a good possibility. Jordan Grace will be on the NXT probably be on the NXT roster. We'll see. The Rise of Julia. I hope she beats Roxy for the belt at New Year's Evil. I think Femi will beat Trick Willie and DJ Nightwolf to become the new North American champion. Fraction will lose the belts to OTM. I mean, but that'd probably be a hot potato. Who knows? Women's North American title. I don't know who's going to be Fallon. Don't call me the Don Henley, but we'll see what happens with that. And and on the men's side with the tag team belts, I think War Machine will hold it probably till around Mania. I don't know who they lose to. I think Judgment Day will break up into like bits and pieces here. Dom Dom's gonna become a face. Maybe get back together with his dad, with his so-called dad, Ray. Who knows? I think Liv will get rid of Dom Dom. Who knows? Maybe Liv gets rid of Dom Dom, gets with Finn. Who knows? I think Walter will probably lose to Seth Rollins, who then maybe loses to Punk, or who loses to somebody. But I think Walter will probably lose that belt either at the Rumble or by Mania. Braun Breaker will lose the Intercontinental title to hopefully Sheamus, but I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. The Bloodline will continue. I think Solo's Bloodline will. I don't even know if they'll still be around. I think Roman is, and the Usos will probably win the tag team belts again. Hopefully on the SmackDown side, not the Raw side. But I mean, it doesn't matter. I think the Usos will get the belts, and then maybe we'll see one final time the Usos and the New Day go at it. God forbid don't get all weighted over like your boy Xavier Woods. One of those type things. I would love that, but I mean, we'll have to see what happens with that. Kevin Owens, I don't think he's going to beat Cody on Monday night. I just can't see it. Not at Monday night. I mean, at the Rumble and that ladder match, I think Cody's going to retain and then probably be losing to Cena. It's going to happen. I don't want it to happen. I'd rather Cody face somebody else. I was hoping that Punk would win it this year because he was supposed to win it 2025. He was supposed to win it 2024 until Drew fucking hurt him. CM Brittle Punk, gets injured almost every fucking pay-per-view. So we got that. The Rock is gonna show up on Monday, and then he's gonna be at the Rumble. Supposedly, with that leaked that leaked entrance thing for the men, that Cena and Rock were going to be the final two. Cena was going to throw Rock out to win and go to Mania. That may or may not happen. I hope. I mean, if it does, I don't care as long as Cody or Walter beats his ass. I know this is Cena's last year, they're gonna throw everything but the kitchen sink at Cena. It's like, oh, here's your 17th title. Have fun, make history before you leave and get the fuck out of here. But really, I think Cena should go for the Holy Grail, not the world title or the Undisputed title. He should go after the belt, a belt he's never won, and that's the Intercontinental title. I know it's not fitting for Cena to win the Intercontinental title, but didn't a guy named Ric Flair never win the Intercontinental title? Then he finally won it, and then proceeded to lose it. And, I think he lost it to Edge. I think it was Edge, I forget who. And then his career ended at WrestleMania 25. So, and he was also in the Money in the Bank match and proceeded to get injured. That was dumb to have Ric Flair in the Money in the Bank match. That was dumb. 50, 60-year-old Ric Flair getting suplexed by Matt fucking Hardy off the top of the ladder. And you can tell when he landed, his hip was like gone. He was screaming. He's like, fuck! Shit. I felt bad for Rick. I thought his career was done. Obviously not. And then we got to talk about Money in the Bank coming up this year, which they're thinking about making that a 2-night event. They were thinking about doing the same thing with the Royal Rumble. No. Money in the Bank should not be a 2-night event. Royal Rumble, no. WrestleMania, I can deal with. SummerSlam is going to be a 2-night event in August. That's going to be in New York at MetLife. Don't know if I'm going to go to that. People have been saying, hey, you should go with us to, you should go to MetLife for night 1 or night 2 of SummerSlam. I'm like, okay. Maybe. If the ticket's going to be very expensive. And getting there is going to be very expensive. And if I wanted to stay book a hotel in Jersey, it's pretty expensive. Because, I'm not going to stay there till like 11, 12 o'clock at night, and then I have to hope and pray that the, New Jersey Transit train goes back to New York City, then I gotta take the train back to my neck of the woods, which is a pain. It's like going to the PNC for concerts. You gotta leave at 11. The show usually ends at 11, maybe 11:15 the latest. But you have to get out of the PNC, go all the way down, pretty much by the Garden State Parkway, and there's a line of buses, shuttle buses that go right to the New Jersey Transit Station, and you have to get there, I think, by 12 or before 1. I think the last train out there is at 1. So if you don't get it at 12, you might get the very last one. If not, you're stuck. And it's going to be a lot of money to get an Uber all the way to New York City. Or if you live in my neck of the woods, you might as well say, you know what? Get an Uber, take me to the nearest hotel for the night. You spend $70 at most, $70 to $90 just for the night, and then hopefully, when you get up, if you bought a round trip ticket, then you're fucked. Because you're going to have to go all the way to the train station, get a new ticket, a one-way ticket back to New York City. Fortunately for me, don't have that problem. Never had that problem. Ever. One time, maybe once. Because we're coming from the Starland Ballroom, which is in Sayreville. So. Because we were waiting for the car service / Uber to come. It was like getting late. It was almost 12 o'clock. I'm like, if this thing doesn't come, we was with Rosa. I was like, we might get stuck here. We might have to try to go with somebody that's going to the train station and try to get there before the train comes. If not, we might be stuck. We're gonna have to find a way to, if we have any money left, find a hotel, take the money that we're gonna use on the cab and go to the nearest motel for the night, and then worry about how we're gonna get home. But thankfully, never had that problem with the PNC or the Starland. But because most of the shows I don't go to Jersey a lot for shows. unless it's at the Starland or the PNC, which I can get there and get back. It's easy. You don't have to worry about it so much. Sometimes you have to worry about the Ubers and everything, because they get lost like idiots that they are. But, but it should be a great, time for metal, for, pop. There's some, maybe Taylor Swift to come out with 65 more albums, who knows. We got Lamar, Kendrick Lamar at the halftime show for the Super Bowl that nobody's gonna fucking watch and nobody gonna give two fucks about it. Sorry. Gonna be great here in New York for baseball. The Mets and Yankees, doing some good shit. Juan Soto and 15 years of him. Can't wait for that. The Mets are gonna be exciting to watch for the next decade. The Yankees got Max Fried, they got Bellinger, big fucking whoop. Pete Alonso still hasn't signed yet, and it's January 1st right now. Come on, no, dude, come on. He rejected a $90 million deal. He wants almost double that. I mean, Uncle Stevie and cousin David Stearns better wake up. It's January the 1st right now. We're about 8 weeks away from spring training. I mean, come on! Who knows if they're going to get Bregman and what happens with Mark Vientos, or he stays at a DH. They keep Jesse Winker. Who knows? I think the Yankees will be pretty competitive, along with the Red Sox. They got a couple of good players as well. So I think it's going to be between the Yankees and the Red Sox for the AL East, like it always has been. See if the Yankees don't in the World Series, if they even get there. They may or may not. Depends on how the season goes. I think the Mets have an amazing season, no pun intended. With Soto and Lindor basically carrying the Mets, if they get their pitching staff, I still think they need another guy. Not gonna be Santana's. I thought Santana was a pitcher. He's a center fielder, so they're thinking about maybe getting him, play center field, and Nimmo will play left. Who knows if they keep the Squirrel, McNeil. I mean, I don't even think they're going to keep Mauricio. Beatty, I think he's going to get traded because we didn't do anything much this year. A few players I think the Mets have, they're going to get traded either before the season or at the All-Star, at the trade deadline in July or early August, depending on how the Mets are doing by then. If they're like way in first place, I don't even think they're gonna trade anybody. I wouldn't even trade anybody unless they suck. Like a pitcher sucks, get him out of here. But so it's gonna be an exciting time when in about a month and about 6 to 8 weeks. We're talking baseball. We got week 18, the final week of the NFL season this Sunday. Jets, Giants, and the Niners, looking at the draft right now. Niners are already going to be a top 10 draft pick. Who they get? I hope an offensive lineman. They need help in that department. Sorensen, bye-bye, so long, farewell. Take the special teams coach out, too. Go fuck himself. Jake Moody, you can go to hell and rot. Giants probably fire Brian the Ball. Just forget it. They're 3-13. I doubt they're not winning this week. I don't think, but because Jalen Hurts is not starting, I know that because the Eagles are number 2. They're going to be the number 2 seed. They got that locked down. But the number 1 seed, who knows? Could be between the Packers, the Fight Queers, or the Lions. And it got Sunday Night Football with I think it's the Vikings and the Lions, I think, in Sunday Night Football. That's going to be pretty much for the number 1 seed. And then whoever loses that game might be out or might be in one of those wild cards. And God forbid, whoever is the 7th seed got to face the Eagles. But I still think Detroit's winning the NFC. And then on the AFC side, I hope it's the Bills. I don't want the Chiefs to even sniff the Super Bowl again, go for a three-peat. I hope not. But, we'll have to see what happens with that. You know, Otaku's hoping that the Ravens get the number 3 seed and not get a wild card. That's Otaku, but, you know. But, you know, can't wait for the playoffs for football. And then we got other things to worry about. College football is pretty much ending. I think you got the quarterfinals of the college football playoffs right now. The the CFB, whatever it's called. Got that. Got the Rose Bowl starting, later today that nobody watches. Got that. Eventually, got March Madness coming around in March, obviously. Hockey, the All-Star game is coming up. I think next weekend. Not this weekend, next weekend, and it can't come any sooner for the Rangers, who are sucking so bad. They are so bad right now. They feel like the Rangers of old when they used to suck. Kind of like the Icelanders back in the day when they were wearing the Fish Sticks jerseys. I don't know. I don't know what I think it's the playoff hangover when they went to the Eastern Conference Finals and lost to the Panthers in 6. Right after that, they started off pretty, they started off hot, and then what happens? Down the drain, and they're pretty much in the gutter right now. They lost to Florida the other night. It was 5-2. They stunk that game up. Seems like they can't beat Florida anymore. They can't beat Tampa Bay anymore. They can't even beat the fucking Hurricanes anymore. Oy. Are they ever going to get a win? I don't think they have a win in the last 10 to 15, 18 games. It's sad. 33 points, and the season's like 2 months old now. I hope they have a better second half, and they make a run for at least one of the playoff spot, and then maybe some trades come around. But Chris Drury, you need to get the fuck out of New York. You're a bad GM. You're worse than fucking Neil Smith. Holy shit. Get him out. They traded Capo Caco to the Kraken, the Seattle Kraken, release the Kraken. And we got some guy I never heard of. They gave Igor Shesterkin 8 years. And he hasn't had a great season this year, and he had a really bad playoffs last year. I think 8 years was a waste. But, Jonathan Quick's the backup, and he has his highs and lows, but, Igor was like God last year, and now he's like, ugh. He's like one of those rookie fucking goalies. He's like a fucking, not even literally. He's like a minor league goalie now that hardly plays, and when he does, it's like garbage time. Fuck. But, that's it. Alright, that's all I gotta say for now. I know I went an hour and a half, but I had a lot to say, so. But it's the first video of the year. You go out with a bang, you come in even better. So, but thank you all for watching my first video of the year. I'll be back later today, or whenever you see this, later today with my NXT review for the first NXT, the last NXT of the year. We'll talk about that, get into a little bit of New Year's Evil. And then maybe, I'm hoping before, maybe later in the day, I'll do my best of 2024 over on TSL 56. And then maybe not tomorrow night, later tomorrow, with my Fight for the Fallen review. That'll probably come on Thursday. And then with Wrestle Kingdom and Wrestle Dynasty predictions coming your way as well. Because it's going to be a very busy weekend. Right now, as soon as the ball drops, Wrestle Kingdom is around the corner. You know it. And the reviews and the predictions is, with SmackDown, Raw, Dynamite, it's crazy. But that's all I gotta say about that. So, I'm gonna try to get a lot of videos up by the time Wrestle Dynasty comes around, by late Saturday night. And then, as we start the first week of 2025, we got the Netflix premiere of Raw. We got NXT, New Year's Evil, got AEW, and then SmackDown, and then we're setting up for TNA's first pay-per-view of the year, Genesis, which I will be doing predictions for. Because I want to start doing a little bit more with TNA, with their pay-per-views and my predictions. Still going to do the TNA reviews, as always, same thing with Ring of Honor. If Shockwave does come around, I'll do Shockwave, probably on my main channel like I did with Rampage. So, my main channel will just be Raw, SmackDown, and Collision. This channel will just be AEW and pay-per-view reviews, and some news as well. And as always, my Shadow Slayer channel will be mostly predictions. I might do some vlogs here and there during the summertime, but we'll see what happens as we get to the summer with my channel. And the Metal Guy channel, as always, metal reviews, CD reviews, lots more concert reviews coming in, videos coming from some certain concerts I go to, not the big ones. Obviously, I'm not gonna film Disturbed at MSG. That's a definite copyright, but copyright claim, not copyright strike. But I am going to see Disturbed in March. Can't wait for that. That's gonna be an amazing concert. I think it's the 25th anniversary of the Sickness. Down, they're gonna do their first album in full. Can't wait for that, because there are a lot of good songs on that first album. Great, I can't wait for that. Then they're gonna play some of the other hits, which are gonna be great. So it's gonna be like a 2-hour show for them. I don't even know who's opening for them, but I know Creed. It was Wolfgang Van Halen, who I met. Great guy, by the way. That with 3 Doors Down at the Garden to open up for Creed, that was pretty damn good. Maybe Creed comes out with a new album. Who knows? I mean, I'd love for a new Creed album. We haven't had a new Creed album since their first reunion was called Full Circle, but that didn't really do well. But now that their reunion tour did big numbers for them, and I think Creed's like, hey, we got the band back together. Let's write another album. Why not? Tremonti, what are you doing lately? Besides his solo stuff, and who knows if they're gonna make another Alter Bridge album. I mean, he's got a lot to do with Mark Tremonti, and really Scott Stapp's not really doing much. I think he's in another band. I forgot the name of it, but maybe they come out with a new album. Who knows? But it's going to be a lot of good stuff coming your way in the world of metal, sports, TV, music. A lot of good movies coming out this year, especially in the Marvel universe, and maybe in the DC universe, which I really don't see much of it. But I think Marvel, it's on phase 3, phase 4 now? I don't even know what phase it's on. But lots of good stuff coming away. I think there's a new Captain America coming out. I think there's a new Avengers coming out. I think there's a Thor movie coming out, I don't even know, but it's gonna be a lot of good Marvel movies coming out. Can't wait for that. Nosferatu came out, about pretty much a week ago. I saw it, it's amazing, go see that. A couple weeks, they got the Wolfman horror movie coming out. I seen the trailer, looks amazing. Lots of good jump scares for you people that love that. I think Saw 11's coming out. I mean, that in itself, I think this might be the year of horror. Finally, the horror genre comes back. I mean, Nosferatu was amazing. Wolfman looks amazing. I don't know if Saw 11 comes out, I'm hoping that's going to be good. But I'm hoping we get lots more horror movies coming out. There was a rumor that there's going to be a Halloween TV series coming out, because Chucky's gone, which fucking sucks. 3 seasons, bye. They were thinking about a 4th season, and USA's like, nope, we're not going to do it. It shows you how boring the USA Network is. It's basically fucking reruns of shows and shit. And their #1 show is fucking SmackDown now. What does that tell you? USA Network is a shit fucking network. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If your number one show is SmackDown and everything else is garbage, it's garbage reruns, and once in a while you throw on a reality show that sucks, like Temptation Island, or just ridiculously dumb shit, then, I mean, why have the network? The network should just disintegrate. I'm sorry. Kind of like what the El Rey Network did when their number one show was Luke Underground for 5 seasons, for 3 to 5 years. It was great. You know, TNA was doing great was still doing great on Access, I believe. New Japan is gone from Access. I don't know. I guess their contract expired, so they're pretty much going back to New Japan World. Sucks, but you know, they had a good run on Access TV. They had a great couple-year run, and we'll have to see what happens with that. If they get another TV deal, it'll be nice. I'm hoping Ring of Honor gets a TV deal. Would it be on? I'm hoping on Fox. It'll be for Shockwave, or they just get it. I mean, maybe they get their own show. Shockwave is just gonna be like Rampage, like the second coming of Rampage. But I don't know. We'll see what happens with Tony Khan and company. You know, in the new year, WWE I think is gonna have another great year. They had a great year this year. They're going to have an even better year next year with everything that's going to be happening. But we'll see what happens with that. But that's it. So that's my first video of the year. I know it went way long. I apologize for that, but I have a lot to say. Anyway, so that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stick with me throughout the year. Well, for the first couple months of the year. We'll see what happens after that. So I will be here through WrestleMania. That's the one thing I know. Pretty much know for sure. I will be here through WrestleMania. But as we get to Memorial Day, my schedule changes a little bit. So I'm hoping to be around either on a part-time schedule or on, not every day per se. But we'll see what happens as we get around that time. We got a long way to go. We got 3 months, basically 3/4 months to go before we possibly make a little change to the schedule and everything. But I'll let you know in between that time. Alright, so Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year in the West Coast. It's just about to hit 12 midnight in the West Coast, in LA and California. So Happy New Year to everybody in the West Coast. Happy New Year in general to everybody around the world, even up there in Canada. Happy New Year to my good buddy Andre Cobile. And that's that. Happy New Year to everybody overseas, in Italy, in Ireland, in France, Norway, Sweden. Yeah, even Happy New Year in Puerto Rico and all the Caribbean islands. Happy New Year. Well, it's not gonna be New Year's yet in Hawaii because that's I think 5-6 hours away. No, it's 3 hours. 3 hours. Yeah, 5 hours. So it's 10 o'clock in Hawaii, so 5 a.m. here in the States, 5 a.m. here in New York City. It'll be the New Year in Hawaii, and it'll be January 2nd already in Japan. So just about to hit January 2nd in Japan. So we got that. But Wrestle Kingdom is coming up in about a day and a half in Japan. In Japan. So can't wait for that. But we'll get it here early Saturday morning, 3 a.m., ladies and gentlemen. It's 3 a.m., I must be lonely. I won't be lonely because I'll be watching New Japan. Can't wait for that. Alright, guys, it's late. It's like 3. Speaking of 3 a.m., it's 3 a.m. here in my neck of the woods. So I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to get a decent amount of sleep. Get up, and it's going to be New Year's Day officially. Well, it is officially, but, going to start my new year off with a good old-fashioned go on, like, bang! And, pretty much, recover from, tonight, and, not really doing anything much tomorrow, just gonna chill tomorrow, not do much, and then get ready for Dynamite, do a couple videos here and there, and then, we'll see what happens with that as, we roll on for 2025. Alright, I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to go to bed because I'm dead tired. That's it. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Once again, Happy New Year to you all. And The hard reset has begun. Day number 1 of 365 days. Well, 364 as of this video. So, it's going to be an exciting year. We got Donald Trump coming into office. His inauguration is in 19 days. So it's 2.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks from now. Gotta be great. Hopefully, no bullshit this year with America and the world. We know we still got the Ukraine war going on. That bullshit hopefully is gonna end. Who knows with Israel and Hamas? I don't know. But, it's a lot of things gonna be ending. Hopefully, those idiot migrants are gonna be sent back to wherever they came from. Gas prices come down, grocery prices come down, technology prices come down. Lots of stuff is going to be changing. It's going to feel like 2016, hopefully all over again. It's going to be an amazing 4 years with Trump, hopefully. But, we'll see what happens with that. Who knows, more scandals to come. I don't know, but that's all I got to say about that. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and until next time, we can't say next year because it already is next year, but until next time, Happy New Year to everybody and to everybody else. I hope you have a crappy New Year. But it is what it is. Thanks for watching, everybody. And until next time, Happy New Year and peace.